I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is October 18, Wednesday, 2023. So we had this bearish day. We came down as one of the options we mentioned yesterday. Let me just show you that. Please watch previous videos so this makes sense. We said that we would sell where we were pretty much. And then this is a little exaggerated for me, but definitely I got this line here with the liquidity. We've got most of that. And we're stuck here. We came even below the open of the week and then right at the bottom of this previous week gap pretty nicely. So hopefully you caught that. You could tell that it wasn't going to go bullish only because you had some confluence today with the opening gap. So the new day always will, and Asia and London will always kind of let you know what's really happening, but with some extra data. But as you see, we gapped here. This was pretty nice. Obviously, I'm not even trading yet, but the thing is when I'm awake here and I'm looking at price here, okay, we've already hit this opening gap plenty times. We've not passed it. We've been using it as resistance. One of the options is if that this is the identified range that we discussed. If you watch yesterday's video, you'll see one of the options I had was putting the range from here to here. Let me maybe zoom out a little better. Again, with the 4 hour, you could see it from here to here. So this was also here. I believe it was it right here, right? Yeah, I think it was right here. If you have left it here, I mean, it literally blew through it, obviously, and came, for the purpose of this gap. It's not so much even this range, but it's a pretty big retracement. But even though this is still all valid, right? If you were taking sells, I mean, here's a minimum target right here. I've been talking about this for a couple days now. Actually, I would like to have got it here. I wanted to get it yesterday here, and we didn't get that, right? We got another high up, and then the price finally came today. So got to be fluid again, but the understanding is that when you have this push, remember this range here that we identified here, we came up. So it doesn't have to come perfectly here, even though we would like to have done that and then come down in my perfect world. But you have to understand, by today of trading, you should have maybe recognized it coming from here to here, right? And I put that as an option yesterday. So again, gotta watch yesterday's video. And then with this liquidity here, all these higher lows, remember, we're creating this range from A to B here, and it looks like this. Look at this: 1 drive, 2 drives, 3 drives, 4 drives finale. And remember when we said yesterday about this 4 hour candle that retraced all the way like that? That was pretty much in the sense of saying, okay, hey, we're weak, we're cracking, that's all we need. Now we're looking to make a lower high, which was where we closed yesterday, and then make a new lower low and lower high leg coming down from this high all the way down here to the retracement inside this range, A to B, right? So A to B retracement, here's 50, 61, and so on. You want some type of retracement. This is pretty deep, but at the same time, with this range from here to here, this is completely normal even. But we would have to really get bullish from here if we were going to be bullish. Otherwise, this is pretty low, and also might crack. But let's go into a smaller time frame as well. And by the way, I did change the colors a little bit. So this weekly imbalance here is I just changed it to red if it's bearish. And I did that video yesterday and I changed it. And then I made this line now orange, just using it as a resistance line, idea. And we do smack that, and we do sell from that area. But that wasn't so much the main attraction. It was also, well, let me go into a smaller time frame real quick. You'll see this. And let's do this here. You see the opening gap here. This is the 5 minute, right? Yeah. Opening gap here, holding price as resistance. You can see it respecting here with the bodies. Yeah, it pokes up. No big deal. We also poked that up at 9:30. But when we're here at 9:30, we're already here. We got this. We got the resistance line right there with the orange I just talked about. I believe that was July 10, or is it June 10? I always forget that damn day. Yeah, it was July 10. And then the gap here. All right, so I got these colors right here. These are days and previous days gaps right there of when we open, right? We use that to know if we're bearish or bullish. Anything above that, if it's a bearish day, would be the best opportunities for sells. If it's a bearish day, because if this is the open and this is the wick, right, and then you want a bearish body, if you look at the daily chart, obviously it's big bearish body, right? So this little bit poking up is just a little miniature wick that they left on that day. We have a swing high here now created as well. Look on the daily chart right there. We got a swing high right there. So good level for it to be selling from. Remember I said it hit the 61, right? So it's all it needed. It didn't need to come up here. I'm not saying this is out of the picture of closing up this monthly little space right here. We might even hit that next month, right? It might not even happen this month. We can still be bearish and hang around here and consolidate, which I think is what we're really doing in a way, consolidating. I think we could still later, even next month, pop up into here and still sell off, to be honest with you. So like this would be drive 1 right here, drive 1. This is drive 2 right here. And then this is drive 3. Do we get a fourth one? I don't think that's happening right now, but after with this kind of movement, but still not out of the picture. Let me explain more. So bearish day, and we've already went above this weekly gap, and we sealed it. We went to that gap right there, that old gap right there, and then we came down. After we came in here, when we closed yesterday, and I think this was one things I didn't mention in the video. I can't mention everything, but from here to here to here is also a fib if it's coming down, right? Because remember, we made the leg up. All right, now we want to retrace down, just like this just like this scenario when we made a range from here to here and retrace down. It only took 1 day to retrace down. It was fast. Usually they're faster than the legs coming up. Building the leg up, the bullish days are 1, 2, 3, 4th day. Look at this range from here. 1, 2, 3, 4th day, right? 4 days up and then 1 day down, right? This was 1 day down. This could be 2 days. Who knows? But this did it in 1 day. So part of moving down from this high to this low, part of that happened yesterday at when we closed. So obviously when we closed yesterday, you don't know if it's going to keep going up from here because this range is, there was a range here. But when you come down here, you haven't hit a 50. So generally, you want it to crack without cracking, meaning you'll get a price come down close to this low. We had a range from here to here, if you recall yesterday's video, and it retraced all the way to an 88. Remember, not this fib. It was a fib that I drew from here. I want to be quick with this video. I gotta go. But remember, we came to an 88 here, and then so that was pretty deep. When you get to an 88, I start to also look at it and write this for your notes or whatever you want to do. Sometimes when you get to an 88 like that, it's also a sign of it going to be breaking later or in the near future, which in this case would have been today. So we closed here. All right, we gapped as you see what's going on here. And take a look closer. When 930 pops up, you can't be afraid of trading from resistance. You want to be generally trading from resistance. You want to be buying from support. This is a very clear resistance. We have a 50 level that remember this I did not show yesterday. This was a nice key factor. By the time I'm awake here, I have this fib here. I can see all this data already. So maybe yesterday I might not have seen that, but at the same time I understand it. So we don't know what's gonna happen, but anyways, that did hit a 50 and then price held from here the whole time. Notice how this high does never get broken all through Asia and London. Even at 930, we don't expect, don't get me wrong. Now this looks like a lot of beautiful liquidity to wipe out, which they do squeeze everyone up to this candle. This candle held, but this is the real candle that held. Nothing broke this candle right here. See that? Look at that. Right? So these are the little details, these little up candles up here. Doesn't break this candle either. So this is the last one in control right there. See that? See how it doesn't break it? So when 930 is here, right? I'm understanding that with this opening gap, right? And what's the other kicker that you have here? If you want to pause the video, go ahead. What's another reason why we're selling right here? And it would be because of this also 25% right here. See this? See how we get to the 25% right there? Look at that. Look at all that confluence. So we are also the lower high. Reason why we're selling from here also was if you look at Nas, remember yesterday Nas ended up having a lower high here from that high, and we and S&P, we took out that high. So that was a crack yesterday, and I don't think I discussed this one. I wanted to, but that was a lower high. So because it was a lower high, and we took out those highs, that pushed us down. It was a crack for us coming down, because what we did was we just took out liquidity, and they did not. They squeezed them. Well, they didn't take them out, so there's a crack right there. So that pushes the price down, right? And if you're pushing the price down, what is your goal? Where do you expect this price to go to? Well, we want to take out now liquidity. We all did that. Nas came and took out their liquidity. We took, S&P took out the last 3 days liquidity, 1, 2, and 3. Dow ended up taking we took out yesterday and the day before that, which was Monday, we came back to our open, but these lows are still there. The Friday and the Thursday of last week. So real suspect here. And let's go back to the video real quick. I'll try to go 1 minute, man, and make this simple. I do need to go right now. So beautiful. Hopefully these new colors look kind of cool. I like them. They're pretty clean. But also, when you're here and you understand what we just discussed up here, and we know that we have liquidity down here, we have that low right there, and then we have that low right there, and there, and there. That's why I got this big line. And we're in this range, you know that? See that? And then, this came all the way a little bit below a 79 at the end of the day. Full pull range if you were to hold that, but I was scalping, so pretty much just took 3 good moves. Perfect idea of I don't need to stay in the market. Want to be done by 11 anyway, but you get this sell by sell. So my sequence model of trading in a bearish scenario or day would so you looked at it here. This was the accumulation of the price, and then pushing it up was the manipulation. And then the distribution was pushing it all the way down, obviously New York start, right? So using that as also idea of resistance, but you're going to get a sell, buy, and a sell. Now the third one, you can generally hold it even longer, even getting out here if you would like, but or the whole day. But you'll get these three trades all before even 11 o'clock. So and all you need is one of these moves. There's multiple trades in a day, right? You want to get what's the most high probability trade, and you want to get the idea of what the flow looks like. Well, if we understood that this leg here is a lower low and a lower high leg. See, this range coming up is a higher high, higher low leg, right? And then this range from coming down to retrace, the retrace is generally a lower low and a lower high leg. That's why I was showing the example of this day right here. If I was to kind of maybe blow that up real quick, can I show you? See this leg right here? See when we did this range? See how this leg comes down? Doesn't break it, pops up. All right, lower low, lower high. Lower low, finale. All right, could be lower high, but this turned out to be now the direction shifting that way. Well, in this case, with our case here, same idea. Right? Higher high, higher low. And then when we get down here to retrace, it's a lower low, lower high. Lower low. Once we bust that low, retrace, lower high, constant. You see the candles are where they are actually. The wicks are just retracing and doing damage, confusing you, but it's really just a lower low, lower high leg, which looks just like this. Right? And this was actually pretty deep though. So we'll see, man. This is gonna be interesting here, but the point the thing is, the reason why I'm saying this again is because if you understand what I just mentioned, you're going to have a much higher success rate because now you understand what your lower highs look like. So for example, when we made this lower high, okay, which we didn't break, we came down. All right, we came down and then we took that low. Whoops. That low on the hour. Can you see that? That low right there? So I got a fib from here to here, which is from the top. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh man. There's already that leg. I mean, that leg right there, retrace that's healthy. From here down, the retracement, I could have even did this. This would be the same idea. All right. So when this low gets broken, leg starts from here until we bust through that low is when we start trying to measure it. So the price comes down, finally breaks through here. All right, and then if you pay attention where we are, and then price, you get a 3 drives down, so to speak, right there, boom. And then from there, it retraces up. So the sell, you understand why we're selling, and then taking the profit to that liquidity on that 1 hour right there, that level is all I need, right? I don't need to be right. I don't need to hold it down here. That wasn't that kind of day for me. It would have been great if I did hold it all the way down there, right? But the amount of points that's here, it's damn near the same thing. But I don't want to be involved. And later in another world, I'll be doing live videos and all that shit. But I just don't want to do that now. I'm not ready for it. Might be another year. I'm not in no rush to do something like that. So, but other than that, price does come down, retraces up. That's the purpose of this buy, right? Because we did take out that liquidity. So you got to understand the leg flow here, how it's looking. Let me squinch it up again just so you can see it. So lower low, lower high. And then don't get lost with this little minuscule lower low. And then it retraces up lower high. See that? So this is that lower high to make a new lower low. That's the purpose of buying this right here. All right. So from this lower low to what? To make a lower high. So you get this fake one here. I'll take this trade up. I have this already now. I have this range identified. I'm coming down. I know where I'm going. We're coming down. But how does the legs look like? Well, retrace back up. Now comes to a 50. Almost hits a 61, but it doesn't. Very suspect because of this high right here. We end up getting one more drive up. So, you know, this profit can be taken out right here and has no problem with that. If you sold from here, I would have understood. And then if you took a loss here, that's fine. Take a loss right here. And then the price does come up here. And then now if it makes another extra high from here, from this high, comes up here, comes above the 70, underneath the 7. That would have been nice if it smacked it one more time. This little orange July 10 low, that would have been real sweet, but not necessary. The goal is that you're inside this up candle right here on this time frame that I'm just showing you. And that's engineered liquidity to confuse you, but the ultimate idea was to still come down. So how would it look like? This is a grateful experience day for you to learn. The idea is that this is the leg down, and then this is the leg up right there, right? So, and then from here, what are you doing? Well, you're breaking that low, and you're making a new leg down. Okay, how does that look like? Well, came down, kept coming down, kept coming down. Well, we busted that low, and we have order flow already going. I don't need any more. I need to be finished. And then there was something in the PM session. I wasn't going to mess with it, but right at 1 o'clock, this thing bought up. Literally at the 1 o'clock head, I was like, man, I watch it buy at 1 o'clock. Because the whole goal was to get down here. Ends up getting real close. Not close enough, obviously, but to the first 25% level of the gap that we're heading into. And I said that it would buy from here. Also, one of the options I put in the video yesterday, so watch it make sense, that we would actually buy from here. I can actually show you real quick, and this will be a good learning experience. So right here, I was saying that we would still sell from here. And if you wanted to be bullish, we were going to sell from here and then buy from here. But see, there's a caveat with all these options I give, because I know there's another option after this level reaches here. There could be another option as well, which is obviously still going through and not bouncing from here and going up, right? And this is actually, yeah, I have the fib from here to here, but then I extend it from here to here. So, and then you see this selling from here straight and then bouncing from here. Well, here, now if we go back to this, you'll see that, where are we? That look, we do get that big bounce. That was that bounce I was talking about right there. But we didn't keep going up, right? So here, this is the other thing you have to understand. Like you have to also be, like I said, fluid. This did not keep going up, especially even when it came back down here. And this could have bought up and then went up. It failed again, right? But see, if we understand that we identified this range, now we're gonna pretty much hold this range more. And because the problem is when we came down here, we were below a 50. We had hit a 61 on this main range. So could it have bought right here? Yeah, sure it could have. And it did, but it didn't follow through. But if you took this trade from here to here, even at the 50, that's a trade all in itself, by itself. You don't need to, I mean, that's good. I mean, that still pans out, even though that it didn't keep going up higher. The idea itself is still in the cards. So hope this makes sense. But if you were to just keep it simple and follow flow, and then realize that, well, I do have a lot of this liquidity marked. Over 50% of this line has been wiped out. And then when you're coming down, you start to think of the ideas of, oh, hey, it might come right back to the gap. The opening week of this week's gap. I mentioned in this week, I mentioned that we might revisit this as well. So watch the previous videos, but and it panned out nicely. Look how we came all the way down. So anyways, we retraced here, didn't keep going, but came up into this area here. Got into this little imbalance right there. So 1 minute, right? Yeah. Got into there a little bit, and then exhaust right here, fades, starts to break. Entries all in here. This price does hold for the rest of the day, and constant strength. Let me change this color to dark. Yep, so holding price here and constant order flow. Look at the price constantly holding and coming right for the targets down here. So after it retraced here, you get this little, looks like a finale to me. I mean, look how we came right to the bottom of that open. Look at that. Look at that. We bounced right there of that gap. I'm sorry, of the old weak gap right there, and we bounce all the way up. So where do we go from here? I gotta be done. Damn. I gotta go. I explained this already. Oh, and then this was also confluence of the sell. When we were up at their resistance, we had a lower high here, and they had higher highs. See that? Beautiful. All right, and then dollar, we had a nice jolt with dollar going up. As we mentioned, we were sitting in that imbalance, so we might start to see dollar push up, and then if that happens, that'll push us down, even down to here. So that's what made this move also happen, with us pushing up with the dollar like that. See that? Other than that, I think that's it. And what should I give my opinions for tomorrow? I mean, dude, we have 2 more days of news, I believe. What would I say here? I mean, here, I'll just keep it simple. From here, if we're bullish, I think we'll, maybe we'll do this. I'm just gonna stop for here. I'm not trying to project too much right now. To be honest with you, I think we're consolidating. I think it's gonna get choppy. I think, I don't know. Soon we should take a step back or whatever. But this is an option for being bullish right here. If this doesn't happen right here, where we just constantly protect that low right there, then we might come down, maybe one more time here. I don't know. And then this might be too much. This might be asking for too much, but we might get into somewhere here and do that. So that's the bullish scenario. Or as far as just like the buying ideas. If this is bearish and we're following with dollar going up and it actually does go up, I could see us coming up to here or something, maybe testing back this original weak gap in red, and then we highlight here this retracement from this high to this low, a retracement of 70 or something. Maybe we get somewhere like that. I don't know. And then we do this. All right, and that's sell. All right, hope this helps you guys. Take care. Till tomorrow. God bless.